Drippy drip.
Drippity, 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 pippity.
Hey, we
Get
gotta
it.
make sure all the technical stuff is ready. Relax.
All
Alright.
I thought you said something else.
Hey, Callie, go to the prospects and see if you can make out what we're saying, like the audio and stuff, please.
I hear you twice, bro.
You hear me twice.
Yes.
Hold on.
I did for the
I hear
80s.
you on the game and shit.
Oh,
Fucking,
you hear me twice now?
53, can you hear me?
no, I can't hear you now.
Yeah, you good, Corey. I can
All
hear
right.
everybody.
Oh, you should play some Dragon Ball Super music, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and start. I hear everybody.
One of y'all do that. I don't even know the names of the damn songs for real.
Yo, don't make it so loud so the people watching your video can't hear us talk.
We know.
We know that, nigga.
We've done podcasts
but-
before.
Alright.
Just sit and let the grown folks handle it.
We got all that shit set up. Just make sure you got your part. Wait, they didn't even let me pick my character. That's crazy.
No, you carried a naked, bro. I don't know why you
Yeah,
naked.
bro, look at
Did he using that ugly ass nigga character again?
He is.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
Yes, sir, Ski.
Yo, Kaz, are you here?
Look at these strong arms.
You better get off the.
Yo, Kaz.
You nasty.
All right, so who's introducing everybody?
The person who
Hello?
started the podcast should introduce everybody.
Podcast and cold room. Oh, he almost got my ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Superhero. Gotta say it in Japanese, Callie.
Damn.
Dragon Ball Superhero.
Niggas.
Callie, you should be like an announcer, bro.
Fine, I'll be the announcer.
Yay!
Just for this one time. What is up, everybody? Caligo45 here and the rest of Future Prospects. Today we'll be talking about our thoughts about the recent Dragon Ball superhero movie. I'm your host, Caligo45. To my right, we have Corey X Tempest.
Yo.
Underneath Corey X Tempest, we have Shogun Black or Black. Underneath Black, we have Kazu. The next one we have what? Sorry, what's your name, bro? G. Jay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We got Jay.
That's fucked
And
up,
last but not least, we got BmanDaKilla.
The fucking killer.
So, as I stated previously, we'll be talking about Dragon Ball superhero. So, I'm gonna start off with the first question. How does everybody feel about the movie overall? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I'm gonna start on my right. Corey X Tempest. Did you love or hate the new Dragon Ball movie?
Man, this movie was the shit, bro. It was pretty fucking good, honestly. I loved it. I love every aspect of it.
True. Okay, Black. Your thoughts on the movie?
Callie, I'm gonna be completely honest. Love is a very strong word, but hate is too. I give this movie about an 87 out of 100 because there was parts of this movie that just really didn't make sense, and I can't really explain most of it right now, but I'll get into it when the questions do come up.
All right.
This song? How dare you give it an 87?
87.
MUI was not liking that shit.
Alright, Kazu, your thoughts?
I think the movie was pretty good, in my opinion. I liked everything mostly about it.
Okay, alright, cool. Jay?
I hate it. No joke. No joking. I heard a couple gas in the crowd. What was your breath?
Oh my god.
You need to leave!
Put those crippers away.
7 out of 100.
Alright, B-Man?
So initially I was kind of mixed about it, just because of how the promotion was. But actually watching it, I can see both spectrums of why people may hate it and some other people may love it. I'm a little bit in between. I feel like there could have been more, but I did enjoy it. Unfortunately, I did not watch the dub version. I did watch the English dub version. I went to theaters. Fuck the ticket holder that confused me, told me it was English, and they didn't even say English dub. I'm in that bitch. Got to think about it. I said, God damn, nigga, this ain't English. God damn. But I'm so busy looking at the damn the subtitles than the damn movie. But I enjoyed it though. It was worth it though.
I saw that shit in English dub.
I actually really liked it. You know, unfortunately, because of the advertisements, the whole marketing for the movie, kind of a little bit ruined the experience for me. But overall, I really like this movie. It's not my favorite Dragon Ball movie, but it's up there as, you know, it's top on my list.
BoJack?
I like BoJack, but I want to say it's top on my list. All right, so our next question: how do we feel about Piccolo and Gohan as the main protagonists, or another way of saying it, how do we feel about them as being the main stars of the movie? So I'm gonna go in another direction. I'm gonna have B-Man go first.
So So a lot of people don't know. It's just a little background that originally the movie was going to focus solely on Piccolo, but Toriyama's right hand man Torotoro gave the idea for Gohan to be in the movie, and so and throughout the movie, that's why you see a lot more stuff with Piccolo than you see with Gohan towards the end, and I'm fine with that, but I really was curious to see how they were going to do Piccolo as like a solely movie based on him because he's been one of the very few characters in the series that, like, even though he completed his arc, quote unquote, from Dragon Ball going into Z, he's been kind of been shafted. And as far as him actually being relevant, it's just towards him being the mentor for Gohan. That's kind of like on his main shtick. And as far as like I guess like yeah, just like him being the mentor as far as with Gohan and even Pan too. So to see to kind of give him some like light and and just get an opportunity for him to shine again, it was good to see that. And throughout the movie, it was good to see him being like putting his intellect into work as far as getting the information, all that other kind of stuff when the threat was coming around, shit like that. Like I thought that was cool because we don't really get a chance to see the side characters really show what their wits are, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
As far as with Gohan, it's good that they Gohan needs a moment. Like he legit needs his moment. Like he had his moments with Piccolo in the Tournament of Power, but I feel like the ship needs to be focused on more the Earthlings, especially with like characters that aren't doing the Galaxy Patrol shit with like the main Saiyans and shit like that. Like we need kind of their own arc as far as them having shine because yeah, it's cool to see Vegeta and Goku doing their thing in space and the galaxy, whatever the case may be, but people tend to forget that there's still going to be threats that will come to Earth. As for example, like the Red Ribbon Army. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like it's good to see a different change of pace with other characters. So I thought it was cool, like them having their shine and they had their own movie and putting the main characters to the back and letting them shine because they do need it. They do need it. So.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree with that wholeheartedly. All right, Jay, you next. What's your thoughts about Piccolo and Gohan?
That shit, I fuck with it. Because it's not a lot of times you see somebody other than Goku or Vegeta, get main character. It's usually them. They stopping everybody doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing Gohan and Piccolo is a change of pace. Something new. I like it.
All right. Corey,
What's the question?
how did you feel about Gohan and Piccolo as the main protagonists or the main stars of the movie?
I actually really enjoyed it. It's a change from Goku and Vegeta. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of got tired of looking at Goku and Vegeta always, being the two main characters, especially, with them always treating Vegeta as a character who holds L's all the time. Um, it as you watch the movie, you kind of feel like Piccolo is he's he how can I describe this? Piccolo is taking the movie in the direction we want the movie to go in. Because
Yep.
if it wasn't for Piccolo, Gohan wouldn't be there. Gohan wouldn't have noticed that Pan was kidnapped. Um, it was just like essentially this was Piccolo mentoring Gohan to be the best that he could be because he knows Gohan has unlimited potential for greatness, and
Mm-hmm.
seeing Gohan achieve that greatness and to protect his family, we kind of see the man that Gohan is. So I really enjoy it. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Black.
Alright, so what's the question one more time?
How did you feel about Gohan and Piccolo as the main protagonists of the movie?
Uh, I think Corey said it best, in my opinion. Everything he said was spot on, and yeah, but I love the comedic ways. Like as somebody who loves Dragon Ball, not as just a big ass fighting simulator, but
Thank
more
you.
as a actual good show. I like the funny moments and the heartwarming moments of Piccolo actually trying to be a good person when he's talking to Videl on the phone. One of my favorite parts on the movie when he has all those stuffed animals. That's what some of the parts I loved. When he knocked on Gohan's door, that was my favorite part of on his window. That was
Yeah.
my personal favorite part of the movie. Especially, I like how Gohan, like a lot of people don't like it, but I like how Gohan was in that house for so long, and it took Piccolo a lot to get him out that house and to go start fighting and doing stuff. And when he powered up in front of that red and ribbon army, what is he, a goon? When he powered up in front of that goon,
Yeah.
it was real badass to see because it took a whole turn. It went to comedy to badass moment, back to
Yes.
comedy.
Absolutely.
And I, for one, love them parts of the movie when it does do that.
Yeah. All right. Kazu.
What was the question?
Y'all better read
How,
those damn
how do you
questions.
feel about
You know
Piccolo and Gohan as the main protagonists of the movie?
In my opinion, I enjoy seeing Piccolo and Gohan as the main protagonists because usually we see something similar to what Jay said. We usually just see Goku and Vegeta the main focus of different things.
Mm-hmm.
So in my opinion, I really enjoy these two characters being the main protagonists instead of it being focused on Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah. So, I think this was the right move to bring Piccolo and Gohan as the main stars of the film because previous Dragon Ball films has always been about Goku and Vegeta, or Goku getting the last hit or the last final blast on the main villain. So seeing these two characters, side characters, in the limelight, I think that was the right move by Toriyama because Toriyama was known back in the original Dragon Ball of focusing on the side characters like Yamcha, Bulma, um, Master Roshi, right? Even Krillin. So I thought this was like Toriyama going back to his Dragon Ball roots, trying to give these side characters the limelight and giving them more screen time. So I really enjoyed seeing these two getting the getting the shine again. So I guess we'll go to the third question. Pan, since it's been a while since we've seen Pan in the last movie. So in this movie, she is what? I don't know how old is she, like 4,
I
maybe?
think 4.
Yeah, I think she's around 4 years old. So she's able to have more of a personality in this movie. So my question to everybody is, how do y'all feel about Pan? Was she annoying? Was she cringy? Or was she an overall great character? So this time I'm gonna start off with Jay.
Man, you start me? You could start like Corey or something.
I'm just choosing. I'm just choosing. Go ahead.
He said,
How
I
you
feel targeted because I'm black.
Kind of targeted over here.
Lower your tone,
I
alright?
feel kind of targeted. She was decent. She was kind of annoying, but she was like overall. She kind of reminded me of like her brother over 10.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's basically what he said.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. The nice way.
Okay. All right, Kazu.
For me, is like in between in both annoying and good character.
Okay. Why you say that?
Uh, I don't really know, to be honest.
Just saying shit. Why you saying you're annoying, but you don't know why?
Black.
For me, I for one uh, don't find Pan annoying. She's a 4-year-old, and as somebody with tons of siblings, actually, I went to the movie theater to watch it with my siblings because my friends didn't go to see this movie. They went to see Bodies, 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 but that's unrelated.
Oh,
And me and my little brothers and sisters, we went to go see the Dragon Ball Super movie altogether. And when you was seeing Pan actually root for Gohan and all that, it kind of made me like it made me feel good about the character, and the way the Pan's character development and her character design is going, she's not gonna be the same girl from GT, and that's what I actually like because I didn't like the Pan from GT.
I
That
didn't
was the
either.
most annoying character in Dragon Ball.
Absolutely.
I really didn't like her. Yeah, I really
So
didn't like her. She looks like she's actually making a change. So I would say like she's probably gonna end up being when she's about Go 10 or Trunks age, probably one of my favorite characters.
Yes.
So, speaking of Pan from GT, even before this movie came out and before she was introduced in Super, Pan was actually one of my favorite characters next to Gohan and Videl. And so, seeing her coming back and having her own personality, I really loved this version of Pan, and just seeing her interaction with Piccolo, it just reminds me of the Saiyan saga when Kid Gohan was training with Piccolo. It's just you seeing these two bond together and just growing a nice little. It's like almost like an uncle and a nephew or uncle niece relationship.
Yeah, and
it's
it's
like,
always nice to have. It's always nice to have non-universe busters in Dragon Ball. I just want to point that out. It's like just a regular character. She's strong, but she's not. Oh, I'm gonna go destroy a planet. That's something I like to have in Dragon Ball.
yeah.
She gonna be doing when she's 12.
And so it's like, I don't know. I just love how Piccolo interacts with Gohan's family nowadays. It's just so fucking cool to see. It's kind of like Piccolo is really part of Gohan's family now, or he's kind of like the god, was it the Godfather, or just the uncle?
Yeah.
I really love that. But no, like Pan, she really really opened my eyes to the potential that she can have in future Dragon Ball movies or in future Dragon Ball episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping they explore more of her and like in future episodes where maybe there is a chance of her turning Super Saiyan in maybe in a future arc. I'm hoping to see her at least unleash some sort of
Ooh,
superpower.
I'm glad you brought that up because so that thing that Akira Toriyama made canon, the SLs, and the SLs is basically the explanation for why Gohan has so much potential because he was conceived at an age where Gohan when Goten and Trunks were first born, they were able to achieve Super Saiyan so easily because their fathers already achieved the form. And so now that we're looking at Gohan with this so much potential, that means that the potential for Pan is almost double what Gohan's potential is. So I'm excited to see where her character is going to go from there.
Yeah, same here. But yeah, B-Man, how you feel about Pan?
I thought Pan was adorable. She was a great addition to the movie. She kind of
Like
gave me
Bulma's
the
cheeks.
vibes of Nezuko in a way.
Oh,
Because
yes.
like I love the scenes where she was just in the back just doing her and chilling and just being herself. And I enjoyed those ones because it's like she's just being a kid, she just living life free. And then the second thing was that she is very smart for her age. The fact that she was playing along with Piccolo in certain scenes and shit like that, like the part where he had her held up in the hand acting like she was being terrorized and all that shit just to make Gohan snap. I'm like, when I seen that shit, I said, this little bit smart as hell. Fuck that. I'm like, okay, I see where she's. I was like, yeah. She has a lot of potential to do a lot in the series if they really like
Daddy, help.
consistency writing with her. She can be something. Cause it hasn't really been it's been a good minute since we actually had a female character,
Yes.
character,
Yes.
that's really been like strong. You know what I'm saying? We have the Saiyans, of course, but they're Saiyans though. That's for more marketing purposes. We talking like an actual Earthling female that's been actually strong to actually put something towards like the story that's actually beneficial. They had that with Videl, but they kind of fucked her over with that. And I mean, I know that she had, I picked up what they did too. So in the movie, right, everybody always wondered what the fuck did Videl does, right? And she ended up opening her own dojo and shit like that. So that we got a fan now who probably the next person of hope as far as the female person to be dominant, you know what I'm saying, on Earth. So I mean, the character development for her is very high. She never seemed annoying to me. You know, she's being her age. You know, and plus more because, like I said previously, she was doing some smart shit that a normal 4-year-old wouldn't really do. So
Right.
the fact that like she can catch on the cues and stuff like that and still be a kid.
I don't feel so good, Mr.
I
Stark.
don't feel so good, Doctor.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, my nigga just turned the goddamn cinnamon powder at this bitch. I was like, damn. But I was like, you know what? I thought that was very inspirational for him to do that because he was like, look, I know I fucked up earlier. This the least I could do for them, you know, just to say like, look, this is my way. It was his way of him apologizing for his wrong for doing him and Gamma One from what they did earlier in the movie. So I thought that was honorable on this end and a lot of development on them because they realized like, hey, y'all not as bad as we think you are. And we at this point, the whole world about to be destroyed if we don't take down this enemy. Cause that the motherfucker was swole big as shit. You know what I'm saying? So I like what they did with it, and then I also like too. In the beginning, I like that they also added. They mentioned 21, and I was wondering when they were gonna do that.
I was so surprised by that. Oh, and
I was very surprised about that shit. I was very surprised. I was like, wait, that's 21? Oh my god. I'm taking out for drinks later on tonight.
I feel
so,
that.
Yeah, so I like that they did the Red Ribbon Army. I thought it was okay, but I feel like they could have did a little bit something different. But I can understand why they might have done that. Just kind of just paying homage. And you got to understand too. You know, we got new people in the newer generation that's just now probably not knowing too much about Dragon Ball. So the fact that they went through like different arcs from the two previous seasons of the two previous series to kind of give you an idea goes to show you that this movie wasn't just for us already fans, but also newcomers that haven't seen the movie. You know, who's looking at both audiences. So I thought that was cool too. So
yeah. So I'm gonna go next. So yeah, definitely we agree with that. I think for this movie and the whole focus on it, I think the Red Ribbon Army was a good choice because I think I really like the Red Ribbon Army as as a villain group because it really does test your potential and what you can do because like I said well like in the OG Dragon Ball Goku, you know, we already know Goku can beat their ass, but it's like the Red Ribbon Army was like a good obstacle or a stepping stone for Goku just to you know, help out. I think it wasn't Penguin Village. It was that snowy.
It was the Penguin Village. That was Penguin Village.
Was it Penguin? I thought Aureli's place was.
Oh.
But anyway. But yeah, so I think I think the Reverend Army was a really good choice as an antagonist for this movie. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. I at first like you said, B-Man, you wasn't really feeling them, but then as the movie went on, it's like, oh, okay, I can see I can differentiate between the two.
Yeah.
You know, Gamma 2 was the jokester type, but when the things get serious, oh yeah, he will definitely, you know, show some hands, bro. Gamma 1, he's the laid back one, but you know, laid back and serious type. But yeah, they were two great additional characters to the Dragon Ball universe. And also Magenta, and I think his name was Dr. Giro's grandson.
Dr. Hado.
Goda? Nagoha? What was it?
No, you mean his grandson?
Yeah, his grandson.
It's Hado. Dr. Hado.
Hado. Yeah, Hado and Magenta. I love the backstory behind Magenta and
Hado.
Hado. I'm sorry, it's just Magenta's like more like the name it stands out to me more. But yeah, I like Magenta I like the fact that Magenta is the son of Commander Red. But one thing that I also want to know, whatever happened to Commander Black? Because Commander Black was the one to, take the Red Ribbon Army to the next level since he killed Commander Red in the OG Dragon Ball. I really want to know what happened to the guy.
I think he died. If
He
you watch out
died.
the signal, died. He died.
When did he die? Because
They showed it in the beginning. He was trying to fly away or whatever, and then Goku
He
went
blew
through
him
it.
up.
oh,
Yeah,
that
bro.
did kill. I thought he survived that shit. Okay,
Nah,
maybe.
he died.
Okay, so Goku did ended up killing Commander Black in the OG. Okay, okay.
Shit
So
is
yeah, that
hell.
makes sense. That makes sense. So yeah, Magenta and Hedo, great additional characters to the series because Hedo was the opposite of what Magenta wanted out of the Red Ribbon Army.
Hmm.
Hedo wanted to make superheroes where um Magenta didn't care about the shit. He wanted to create a strong army of soldiers to get revenge on Goku and his family. So yeah, like he used Hedo in order to achieve his goals, and that basically backfired.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
a lot.
but I feel like Magenta is still alive because they never checked the body, and that was the recurring theme in the movie. Is like always check the body.
But
Check the body, remember?
Magenta was poisoned.
Yeah, he was poisoned,
Yeah.
but did Hedo
He
ever go
did check
back
the
to
body,
check?
remember?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying
did.
He's
is he
dead.
really?
Yeah, go
Um,
Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 used their vital signs, and there was only
One.
Boma, Krillin, and Hedo.
okay, okay. Well, maybe. Well, they didn't really check the physical body, but okay. But I'll let that slide for now. But
Hmm.
I like how that was a recurring theme in the movie. It's like always check the body whenever you get a chance because not the 9 out of 10 they're still alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like with Piccolo and shit. They thought Piccolo was dead. That nigga dodged out that shit quick as hell.
Hmm. But yeah, so Red Ribbon Army, I love them. I love them as a group. So I'm glad they made a return to the series.
Yes.
And on the side note, real quick before we get to the next person, um, and as I was watching the movie, I looked to my left and I saw this family and their kids, enjoying the movie. I was like, yo, this it made me feel good seeing a new generation of Dragon Ball fans getting the opportunity to experience it for themselves. That made me happy. So that's all I have to say about the Red Ribbon Army for right now.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to Corey. How'd you feel about them?
Yes. I love the Red Ribbon Army. I love what Dr. Hado stands for when it comes to justice. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that we got a more idea of who Android 21 and 16's templates were, with Givo being like, the son of Dr. Gero, who was an elite in the Red Ribbon Army. And we didn't get too much of who Vomi was, when that is Dr. Gero's wife. We don't really know that much about her, but I love the fact that we dived into the fact of who these characters were and how Dr. Hado is related to them. Um, I love the androids. Honestly, they grew on me, and I kind of got sad when one of them died. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it just shows that these androids, I don't even know if they're really androids or not, because they look more robotic than anything. But it's just like they have like real human characteristics, like they have emotions and they have these ideologies, and I find that to be really touching home, because I mean it just shows you that they have their heart in the right places as much as the sea fighters did. And when they noticed that they were making a mistake, they chose to fight and defend justice. So honestly, I loved it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And to on this, and also to on the note about the Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, they don't have energy sources like everybody else. They're like 17 and 18. They have unlimited power.
Unlimited
So
power.
yeah, they don't they I mean, they do run out of energy because I think in the movie they mentioned they only use 80%. They have 86% left in their battery or something like that. I, but yeah, they do have some sort of power, like limited or unlimited power in them.
Yeah, I know what their power is. It's they can always activate 100% of their power as long
Hmm.
as they have at least 1% battery. So if
Yeah,
they're not complete yet, they can always go 100%. They don't
it's
ever
like
tire out. And
charging up
actually,
your
that's worse
Android or
than Android
iPhone.
18 and 17. Because Android 17 and 18 don't run out, period. They don't have battery.
Yeah, and it's like if you ever have 1% left, 1% battery life in your phone or whatever, that always matter because that
Shut
one
up.
percent that lasts you a long time. That can
It,
really last you a
well, for
long time.
iPhones, it
Yeah.
does.
But they just go to show you how complex that Dr. Gero and how smart he was. Because I remember in the movie they was talking about there was a lot of stuff that he had left that they couldn't even figure out. And then the fact that his grandson was there, he said he could figure out most of the stuff. Just goes to show you how crazy his mindset was as far as like creating the androids. Because it's like, damn, you made this and this and this. And I mean, as far as his grandson making the designs for him, they was just as about as good as the original androids and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't like Black said, they didn't really have to charge or nothing like that. They was straight. They was straight cooling. Like so.
But yeah. Um. So last but not least, Jay, what you think about the Red Ribbon Army?
What was the question again?
How did you feel about the Red Ribbon? I can't even say the damn name. Red Ribbon
RRR.
Army.
Triple R's.
How do you feel about the Red Ribbon Army?
First, I was annoyed that they keep on coming back because they came back. They was in Dragon Ball, got destroyed. Jero came back in Z. He died. His own creation. And now they brought it back, and I was like, man, I'm sick of them. And then like I realized it's not that bad. I see some more progression. It's like because they like Frieza, and I was gonna say they just like Frieza when it comes to it. Then I'm like, they came before Frieza. So Frieza was like he came back like only like what twice, two, three, same time. But overall, they not that bad. They show progression.
Hmm. Yeah. So
Ooh,
leading
next
on,
question.
leading on to since we're still on the topic of the Red Ribbon Army, how do we all feel about Cell Max? Was he necessary in the movie? Did it really matter?
Can I
I'll
go
start.
first?
Hmm.
Can I go first?
Yeah, you can go first. Go ahead, Black. How you feel about Cell Max?
So, this is the real topic I wanted to discuss about anything. Cell Max. This is what I really wanted to tell people about. Cell Max is the worst garbage excuse for a final villain I could ever think of. Like, that is the worst ever. No, I'm not even talking about his general idea. His general idea is good. I'm just talking about Cell Max as a character. If
Hmm.
they ever put Cell Max in a game, which they physically can't because he's too big, so that fucking ruins the marketing purposes also, so I don't know why they did it. But the only reason people are gonna go because they see the movie. Oh, I want to play Cell Max. Cell Max is my favorite character. Says no one ever in any conceivable universe. Uh, my main issue with him is the fact that they made him nothing. He's a big ass Hulk basically. What they should have did with Cell Max is they should have had him be Cell just reborn, and he'd be regular. He could be regular size, but just as strong. And he should be just as charismatic and fucking cocky as regular Cell was. And then when he was pushed on the ropes, he'd go big and then turn into the Cell Max and then do that big spinal battle with a huge ass Cell Max. That's what they should have did. Because having him huge from the start pissed me off so bad. Because it was just like, damn, now we're fighting Godzilla, and like it just pulled on so many Japanese tropes that I didn't like about him. And his design is fine, perfect even. Like that's the thing they should have did. It's not just a rekiller. It's so perfect and semi perfect mixed together in red, and I think that's kind of cool. But that wasn't his design. They painted him red. That was
Yeah.
something else I hated. Like you can't just paint him red. That's against the rules.
I
But that pissed me off because when he got blasted and he turned gray, I'm like, no, that nigga's just, he's really just a big ass walking clay. And how does this thing, like, the movie built up the final villain so much in the trailers. He was doing key blasts everywhere. He could threaten the planet. He's in this huge cell container. Uh, he's being made. He's just like nobody really knew. Everybody knew it was Cell, but nobody knew it was Cell. If you get it, like it's a Gohan movie, and the Red Ribbon's army is introduced. Like deep down, everybody knew it was gonna be another Cell. Like I'm sure everybody knew it was gonna be Cell. Even I knew it was gonna be Cell. It's just like we can speculate all we want, but
Yeah.
his reveal was such a disappointment. I just hate it so much. I really can't put it into huge words how I feel about that character, but yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I think that's my timer. Sorry. Um, so I understand Cellmax was foreshadowed at the very beginning of the movie, but I kind of didn't like this because it gave me Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice vibes. Like Cellmax is just there for our main heroes just to fight and destroy, and then we all celebrate, right? Cellmax is just there to have no personality and just be a big boss for Gohan and Piccolo to beat. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
off the rip, I was already not really feeling Cellmax. I I don't know how else to say it. It's just I just didn't like it. You know, it was just Doomsday
Yeah.
from Batman v Superman. That's all Cellmax was just a Doomsday copy and paste. But I'm gonna let someone else take the ropes. Jay, Corey, B-Man, one of you can give your thoughts on them.
Who's so Max? I think I'll go
Yep.
last.
I'm
Okay,
done. I'm
you can
done.
go. You can go next, Jay.
It was, I feel like it was a little unnecessary. But I'm thinking maybe what they was trying to bring him back because maybe they was trying to say Cell was Gohan's Frieza. Like Goku and Frieza keep coming back
Yeah,
and Goku still
that's
gotta
how I
keep
felt.
whipping his ass. And Gohan and Cell keep coming back and Gohan gonna keep whipping his ass.
Mhm.
That's just how I thought it was. So it was like, okay, maybe it's gonna go a little different, but it was kind of the same. Only thing wasn't no father son Kamehameha.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I thought the final battle between Cellmax was cool, but it's just the implementation of Cellmax in this movie. I didn't care too much about him. It was just a walking giant boss, you know, a walking undead giant boss. That's what I thought about. But B
Like
man,
it
how
was
you?
kind of overhyped.
Yeah. But B man, your thoughts about Cellmax? I feel like you have a lot to say about this guy.
So going off what Jay had said, I do agree. I was also thinking that too, but he took it out of my mouth. But I do appreciate you mentioning that fact. Um, so with him saying that, my other point that I wanted to bring up was that um, the way how they promoted it, it came off like because so I went off the designs of Gamma 1 and 2 and how they were made, right? You see, had
Mhm.
one Gamma 1 had the one I guess the the field goal. I'm saying I'm gonna call it the field goal putt head, right?
Yeah.
And I thought what they were gonna do was like they were gonna do like a fusion in a way to where he becomes Perfect Cell again, but like a different different variant of him or some shit like that. Because that's what it came out to be, and it's like the designs kind of hinted that. Like I'm like, well, yo, they look too similar to like Cell design and shit like that, like inspiration wise. So maybe there's gonna be a part where like they both get pushed to the end, or maybe somebody had like a button on them or whatever, since they're androids, because you know all the androids had like a button to them or some shit, make them like kind of spaz the fuck out, and they like, oh yeah, they gonna do like some cool ass fusion, whatever. And I thought that was how he's gonna get introduced, but that wasn't the case. We get this big ass Godzilla man, and don't get me wrong, like his design was cool, but it was like, I don't know, like it wasn't really like, it wasn't really rubbing on me like the right way though, in the sense, because it was like they got, like everybody was saying earlier, like it was overhyped. But then you gotta understand too, Japan is always known for overhyping shit, so it was like,
That's
all right.
bullshit.
Like they overhype a lot of shit, and they either overhype it. So it's like the three things: they either overhype it, give too much too much spoilers, or give too much spoilers, and the third one is both. And it's like, I understand you trying to promote the shit and you trying to get people to come get it, but come on, man, it's Dragon Ball. Once they hit Dragon Ball's out, that's all you really need to do. Because like, if you didn't know, the first night it came to the States, it had already beat the first Pokemon movie back in the 90s by like literally at 7 million, when the first Pokemon movie made like 6 million its first night. So it's not like I don't think they was hurt. It shouldn't have been the fact they was hurting for money, but they should have kept a lot of shit concealed. That's what like legit fucked them up, because it was like I said earlier in the previous questions, they had already said, like, we was already getting an indication that it was gonna be a revised Cell, because they paying homage to Dragon Ball and as well as the Cell saga, because you introduced the Red Ribbon Army, and the fact that in the beginning of the movie you already given history, the cliff notes of the series from then all the way to the Cell saga, so it was already giving it away in a sense. So now my idea is, okay, y'all pretty much say y'all bringing Cell back, but how are y'all gonna go about doing it? You're getting up giving us this. I felt like it was a cop out, like it was a very weak cop out. And I know people gonna be like, well, they, and to a degree, I look at it from both sides. It could have been the case. You remember, the son, the Red Ribbon Army son, whatever, right?
People.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he released them too early, so we probably didn't even know what, as far as like him being actually complete, would he would have turned into. You know what I'm saying? He may not could have been big. He might have been a different size, whatever, that could go big, whatever. So like, I can understand it, but at the same time, it was like, really, this is what y'all doing? And then it was like, he was just like a mindless Broly in a sense. Like, he was just like,
it was. Yeah, speaking of that, it's basically Bio Broly, like part 2, unfortunately. Yeah. Now I'm glad you mentioned that. It's like Bio Broly is back, but except it's Cell now.
Cell, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's Cell Max was totally unnecessary. I think they could have dragged on a fight between the Red Ribbon Army and Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Like, have Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 be the first part of the first antagonist of the movie, and then towards the end, it's Magenta being the big bad villain that everyone had to go against, you know?
Right.
But let's lead on to the next question, where
Wait, you didn't go to me yet.
I'm so sorry, Corey.
Damn.
Corey, how you feel about that?
Damn, I see how it is.
I apologize, my guy. Go ahead.
Going off of what B-Man said, yeah. So unfortunately, that's what his design was supposed to be. Because I read the script or whatever. You know, I was researching it after I saw the movie. So Max is a completed version. And it kind of feels off to me because he looks like semi perfect Cell, And I originally thought that he was going to absorb Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 to achieve that perfect form like Cell originally did.
Corey, just hold your thought real quick. So, just because you mentioned his design, so I don't know if y'all did know, but in the Z, and when Z was out, his actual final form was going to be his second form, but they gave him another form because people complained how scary he was and didn't like his design. So Toriyama made the indication to give him another form. That's why he ended up having that final form at the end.
Damn.
So when you saw how he came out, that's his actual original design once he would have absorbed the androids and shit.
It looks like a giant cockroach.
Yeah, basically, and people didn't like that. They thought he was too scary.
I've seen
too weird looking.
So I've seen
that's
scary.
why they changed him.
Big cockroach.
Huh?
He still looks like a big cockroach.
Yeah, but not as intimidating in his perfect form than the second form. Cause he looked like a nigga with green skin with big lips.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like his second form was just like pure ugly.
Chill, he's black, guys.
He like a crack kid with big lips. Oh.
But you can go to the next question.
Okay.
Wait, I feel like they could have brought the regular Cell back somehow. But when you think about it, it's technically not possible for them to do that. So I see how.
But yeah, so I'm gonna skip the next one. We'll save that one for last. But I'm gonna move to the next one where we talk about the new transformations since with the new transformations with Gohan Piccolo.
Yes.
They had to use it in order to defeat Cell Max. So who wants to go first and talk about Piccolo's and Gohan's new transformations?
I'll go first. I don't mind.
All right. Yep. Go ahead.
Corey. So Piccolo's now light skinned. Gohan, Ultra Instinct version 2. Oh no. Oh, Blanco Gohan.
Yeah,
loved it.
Blanco Gohan is now canon.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. I think Bman is want to say something about Gohan's form because it's supposed to be the original Super Saiyan form. Honestly, I love it. I love Gohan's new form. Even if the hair is a little too spiky, he might poke somebody's eye out. I love it.
We got a cactus here, dude.
Let me put some dip in your chip, my boy. But that's all I gotta say about it.
All right, B-Man.
So Piccolo. We'll start off with my nigga Piccolo. Shout out to my nigga Piccolo.
He's Drake now.
The fact
Piccolo now, he light skin.
I'm happy that he actually has two transformations. He has his ultimate Piccolo and then he has the orange Piccolo. The fact that they finally gave him something is great. But on the flip side, the way he obtained that power was kind of trash. I'm not gonna lie, because there could have been plenty of times in the series where I really felt like what they should have did when he met those two Namekians and determined the power. I felt like they should have made an arc for him personally to go actually learn about the history of like the other Namekians from the different universes and shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gave him self-development to learn about these other mystic powers that he can obtain, because if people don't understand, like Namekians have a lot of ways of getting power. You know what I'm saying? Because having born warrior Namekian fighters are very rare in their species. That's why in the Dynamic Saga there wasn't really a lot of fighters, and Nail was considered the strongest one. That's why he was protecting Il the Guru in a sense, right? Mm-hmm. But I mean, with him gaining the power that he made the wish from the Dragon Balls, I thought it was cool, but I thought it was kind of too easy to do it. But I do. But on the flip side, I did like that it did cost what was it 2 wishes for it or whatever. I think two wishes for it. So I was like, okay, at least it wasn't just 1 wish; it costed 2 wishes or whatever, and I thought that was cool. But I feel like him gaining that power up, I feel like it should have went a different way. But it's fine, you know what I'm saying? It's a movie in a sense, so we only got so much time for them to get whatever they need to get before they prepare for the final battle. That's fine. So as far as the designs though, I do like his ultimate form. If you didn't notice, so in Piccolo's base form, he has like those lines, right? And I've been trying to tell people, I'm like, he's like, he doesn't look any different. He does. When he transforms to Ultimate Piccolo, all the lines on his body disappear, and he gets a glow. He looks like basically a light, like a fucking a bulb in a sense.
Like
got
a
a
green
glow up.
light bulb.
Yeah, he
Piccolo
looked like
got a
a
glow
lima
up,
bean
bro.
in a sense. Yeah, he looked like a lima bean in a sense.
He had a literal glow up.
Yeah, and it is crazy because people like he doesn't look any different. I'm like, he does. He physically changes. He loses all his lines on his body, and he gets like a gold, like it's kind of his own version of Super Saiyan. I thought that was cool. And then him turning to orange, I thought that was dope as fuck because it's like now they playing off his other abilities because I don't know why they tend to forget like all the other fighters in Dragon Ball don't have these other abilities like Piccolo growing and getting big and shit. Because remember he's in the making, just like how Slug was, how he got big, like all these other abilities that he have, and the fact that Krillin had to tell him that you can grow big for him to fight fucking Cell Max. I thought that was corny. I was like, what? Piccolo's smarter than that. Why the fuck you let Krillin tell you how to use your own powers? Like, come on, man. Like, you're smarter than that. I thought that was stupid.
Well, I want to say, to be
But
fair, he hasn't used it in a long time.
well, I mean, yeah, too. But it's like, but that goes down to poor writing though. Because look at Goku. This man has a lot of abilities that he don't even use, but then in certain situations he uses other people's techniques though, like how he did Jiren with the whole Destructo Dish shit when he was about to lose.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So it's like they only use the other abilities when it's convenient for the plot.
Yep.
And it's kind of fucked up. And I'm just like, yo, come on, man, for real though. Like we ain't gonna sit and act like he don't got other abilities, other attacks, this and that and the third. But it's fine, whatever. So yeah, I fuss with Piccolo's design. I do like the orange color. I just hope they give him more shine and give him an arc. As far as with Gohan, go easy, my nigga. Man.
That's it. Just man.
I gotta give me a minute because I'm endeavoring his design right now because I'm picturing in my head because I just thought about the last scene and shit. Gohan design was.
Go ahead.
Oh my fault. I thought Gohan design was pretty dope too. I like the red. I like the name Beast Gohan. In reference to his instinct as a Saiyan.
Yes.
And I think the design that they were going for, yes, I do believe there was some inspiration from Blanco, but this is the difference with Blanco though, right? Blanco's hair is completely different. It's literally just Gohan with white hair. That's literally what it is. But you can see some inspiration from it that make it to how it was right then. Because so if you read some of his Toriyama's answers, he mentions that like his final design wasn't like that. He had something completely different, and over time he started adding to it. And with him having the gray hair, you can tell it looks like it has the inspiration of like the Great Ape form, because their hair was like that too, the whole design and shit like that. And the only difference with his, he has the longer bang though. So I can kind of see them using like the Ozaru kind of form, and then his instinct as a Saiyan to kind of give him what he looks like. And then the eyes red makes sense because what happens when animals, when they snap, their eyes turn red and they go wild, and that's what he did. And it makes sense because he has a rage when he snaps. Same thing with Trunks. That's where the potential comes in at. And I was like, oh, okay. So when I started seeing it, I'm like, it makes a lot more sense to me why his design is the way it is. And it's nothing wrong in inspiration. It's the fact that they just go to show you that they do pay attention to the fans that have their own idea as far as like, oh, this person should get this kind of transformation or this and this. They just like, okay, cool, that's it's cool. All right, I think I got something that can add on to it to make it cool. So that way, not only is it appeasing the fans, but also their idea, because sometimes it's not bad to get inspiration from other stuff, but at the same time, like unless it's yours per se, your idea, I mean, you literally just going off of someone else's intellectual property. Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, it's cool to have these cool forms for other characters, but it's not your property. At the end of the day, like you don't own Dragon Ball, you don't own this character, so they can't just outrightly just take your shit, be like, oh yeah, this is cool, isn't it? You can fight it, yeah, I might get some people to be like, oh yeah, that's not cool, this and that. But it's like, do you own it? Are you paying the trademark for it? Are you doing this and this? What can you say? No, exactly. It's not your character. So, like I fucks with the character. I thought it was dope. And then the fact that he did the special beam cannon at the end, that was fucking dope. Cause Gohan's never done that, and the only time he done special beam cannon was in Tenkaichi 3 with Future Gohan, and one of his moves was special beam cannon. So when I saw that, I was like, I fucking shivered. I was like, oh, they actually let this man do it, and it was so crispy, like it was so clean. Like this shit looks like a fucking boat, and it just like the spirals and shit. I was like, yo, his shit look completely different than Piccolo. So I was like, yes, that's dope. I can't wait for they add him in the game though. That'd be so cool. So
yeah, I'll go next because I have to leave in a little bit, but
okay.
my overall thoughts on the new transformations. I actually enjoy Piccolo's more than Gohan's, and Gohan's my favorite character. But I like the backstory behind of getting the transformation, and I agree with you, B man. Like I think it should be more explored into more than the Namekian's history.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the fact that his transformation has a backstory behind it. That's why it drew me in more compared to Gohan's. Now with Gohan's transformation, um, I think it would have been better if it didn't have the silver hair. I think it would be better if it was kind of like Broly's Berserk mode, where it's like he goes berserk, where his eyes turn red for a minute, right? I think with Gohan's design, I think it should have been like it should be like spikier, right? It should be spikier, except it shouldn't be white. And Gohan should still keep the red eyes. I think that would have been better, and I think that should have been Gohan's version of Berserk mode, right? Compared to it just being silver hair and then red eyes, because then you're gonna have people comparing it to Ultra Instinct because they're both silver in some way, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why that's kind of like my pet peeve about. Unfortunately, that's kind of like my pet peeve with Toriyama. Like, unfortunately, like him as a creator, like sure he's doing amazing when it comes to writing the stories, but as far as the fight goes, he leaves that off to the animators imagination and the director's imagination, right? Because Toriyama is old now, and he can do there's so much that he can do nowadays. So as far as storytelling goes, Toriyama got it, but I think when it comes off to the fight scenes, I think that's where it's just like it kind of dwindles or like goes downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just feel like Gohan's new transformation, it should have been a spiky, black-haired Gohan with red eyes.
Okay.
But yeah, that's really like my overall thoughts about the whole Dragon Ball superhero movie. I think it would what my overall thoughts after watching it was like, yo, this is the best filler movie, the best filler Dragon Ball movie we ever gotten. And I'm gonna stand by that. It is the best filler. I mean, it feels like a filler Dragon Ball movie, but it's not, right? But it 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 was just a great callback to previous Dragon Ball series and new ones. So it's like bringing it's like bringing the old and new together to create something new.
Mm-hmm.
So I really enjoy that. But I know since I'm like short on time, I'll start off with the next question. Um the animation. Um I like the animation of this movie. And for the most part it really worked, especially when it came down to the action.
Mm-hmm.
With some of the stilled scenes, um it worked. But I think the character that stood out the most to me and it was very distracting was Whis. I felt like Whis was the most distracting character in this animation form. He felt
Yeah.
like a very out of place CGI Dragon Ball character compared to everybody else within the film. Everybody else worked. I don't know what it was. I think it's the way the animators animated his face, the facial structures, and the mouth flaps. It just didn't work
Yeah.
out for me. It drew me out of the experience whenever they went back to Beerus's planet. It was too distracting for me.
Yeah, like a
But
mechanic. What you call it?
it's like an AI.
AI.
I
Yeah.
think it was like an AI was talking throughout the scene, and I keep that animation style for the future. But probably just for this, like, sake of time and animating, I think Dragon Ball Super's current animation, from the series, I mean, the Dragon Ball Super series animation, I think they'll just keep that for now,
Mhm.
and work on special animations for movies because they have more time to work out everything.
Right.
But um, that's my time for right now. But I'm gonna let Jay and Black give their thoughts about the transformations. But I just wanted to give my overall thoughts of the movie.
Hey,
Oh my God, this song.
Like where you going, nigga?
But if I were to rate this film, I'll probably give it a high 8.5 to an. I'll give it a good 8.5 out of 10 as my initial thoughts. I really enjoyed this as a really big Dragon Ball fan. It it brought the inner child out of me again, and that's one thing I love about Dragon Ball. It takes me back to that era, to the Toonami era when I first watched that, when I first watched Dragon Ball. So
This not have
yeah,
nothing to do with the questions in general, but if that movie's an 8.5 for you, what
hmm
movies are a 10?
Dragon Ball Super Broly. That's a 10 for me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Dragon Ball Super Broly is a 10 out of 10 Dragon Ball film.
I understand. Yeah.
But I'm gonna let you and Jay give your thoughts about the transformations and the animation. But thank you guys for having me. It was great to be the host for the past hour or so. Um, we'll see about coming back. We'll see about coming back just for podcast appearances. But I enjoy talking about this movie. But I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna let Corey or B-Man host the rest of the podcast. But I'll see everybody later.
Daryl, nigga.
Peace.
peace, bro.
Peace.
Peace.
Daryl.
Well, Spirit got it.
Oh, what's up, Spirit? Hey.
Daryl.
I knew I saw a monkey in here.
Get the fuck out of here. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, B-Man, can you host it?
Yeah. I hope
Caligo
so.
47.
No, he's 48.
Yeah.
All right. So what question are we on? Okay.
The transformations, me and Goku Black.
Transformation. What question is that? How do you feel about the new? Oh, yeah, because he was going through all the questions. All right. So, how do you feel about the new transformations for Gohan and Piccolo that was given to him? I'm gonna start
Yeah,
off with Jay.
I'm gonna just do the design. Like, I fuck with the designs. Gohan gave me an Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego vibe, like both of them put together.
Mhm.
But he kept the eyebrows.
Okay.
The only part I don't like about his hair too much is just like too sharp. It's like he got
He got
all
porcupine hair.
it's like an arrow. It's all like pointing in the same direction. It's like a one of the cones they put in the street.
Mhm.
And I just like it could have been like they could have made the hair like more wild. Like you know how go Ultra Instinct Goku his is like flowing or whatever. It's like wild-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have did his like that, but it could have been like everywhere and like not that long.
Mhm.
Piccolo, his shit. I mean, I'm just glad they gave man bro a new form because I ain't seen a form from him ever.
Yeah. He
Like
just got
I
like
wouldn't
power
even
buff.
count Giant as a form. Like it's all right, but I don't think I would count it as a form.
What?
Like
You talking about his orange form?
Piccolo form. Yeah,
Oh,
Giant. I wouldn't count Giant as a form.
Well, he does change colors, so it's sort of it can be looked at as a transformation because he's not his original color.
Right.
Now him going big is a
That's just the
ability
spirit.
of his, but him changing like his altering his body, that's a transformation
Right.
because he does get
But,
super big and shit.
yeah. But I mean, I like the animation. It's all clean and shit. So I'll give it like 9 out of 10.
Okay. Uncle Black, how you feel?
I might be the only person on the planet to say this, but I feel like
Hate you
Rose
already. I
Piccolo
know.
good.
No,
Uncle Black likes to
Ultimate
stand out from
Piccolo,
everybody.
when he's all buff like that, is one of the ugliest transformations in all of Dragon Ball. I just hated it so much. His ugly chin. Like they really tried to make him look like a real Chad. I guess it worked. I guess
It's a pickle.
it didn't look like it looked like he was deformed to me. Looking like his face was too chiseled to even be an alien. And yeah, that's what he is. Like I like how they don't ever really expand on the fact that Goku, Vegeta, most of the people in Dragon Ball are aliens. Like they might look human to some extent, but they're aliens, and it's never even expanded upon that. We're just like, when you see Piccolo, you don't see a big green alien. Like most people, myself included, when we see Piccolo talking, it's like, oh brother, oh that brother, my green man over there. He's like back in most of our heads, right? On in the
All right. What about you, Spirit?
I ain't gonna fake it to you. I just enjoyed the movie for what it was. My nigga Gohan snap. That's all I care about. As long as my man Gohan eating, that's all I care about. That's all I care about. The transformation fits to me. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's represents like to Ultra Instinct, but I feel like it's still his own thing. That's just me. I like it. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. It's not a 10 out of 10 in my book, you know. Like I said I am a Gohan stan, but I have to give like an 8 out of 10. I just wish everybody was included in the movie. I know it wanted to focus on primarily Piccolo and Gohan. I'm not mad at that to get they shine, but I still want to see everybody included. That was just me.
Okay. Corey.
What's the question?
So, how do you feel about the transformations that Gohan and Piccolo obtain?
Well, I think Corey won already.
I already went.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. I think everybody went. We on next person.
Yeah.
All right. So throughout the movie, what was your guys' favorite moment or moments?
Gohan snap.
We're gonna start with Spirit.
Yeah. I'm a birthday boy.
He gonna say the same answer I said.
How I feel about the movie?
Like, what was your favorite moments and what is your favorite moment, or do you have any a couple moments that you liked in the movie?
My favorite moment is when Pan, like my favorite moments out of like three, when Pan was on screen, just simply adorable, right? Like adorable, like her, she was training, then she knocked that nigga out as soon as like he came to her school. That was fucking funny to me. I was like, damn, she slid him. That's ridiculous. And then Piccolo trying to be like, tell her stay undercover. I like that shit, right? To give Gohan the extra boost. That was fire. And then Gohan did that fire ass special beam cannon. That shit was sexy as hell. I ain't gonna fake it. A nigga got wet at that moment, but it was good.
Oh my god!
What?
It was good, bro.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You gonna act like we just heard what you said? You just said.
Hey.
You said what he said.
You got wet.
Yep.
Hey, live your best life, sis.
No.
Like, sis.
This nigga said sis.
Corey.
My favorite moment of the movie was when when Gohan reacted to them kidnapping Pan, he was like he flicked the gun out of his hand. I found that to be really funny. And he was like, "What did you like?" When he's like, "What did you do to Pan?" Like when he was yelling it, I can really feel like the voice actor giving it his all. I saw the English dub, but it was really good. Um, you can sense the emotion in like in his voice, and then when Gohan was doing the special beam cannon, that was another one of my favorite moments. And then when Goten and Trunks showed up, and then Piccolo was like, "Wasn't you? Why you guys look that way?" And then Gohan expressed like, so when like one day Saiyans just like grow like weeds and they're fucking teenagers now. So I found that to be really funny.
Okay.
Oh, and then one more point, one more.
Go ahead.
So when Piccolo threw the Senzu bean and Gohan didn't catch it, and Gohan expressed that he's blind and he needs his glasses, and that's a throwback to when Goku threw the Patara earrings. Yeah, yeah.
I thought the same shit. I was like, come on, man. Every time somebody throws something, he always drop that shit. I'm like, bruh. I hope I'm still hoping to this day we ever see a Batara fusion between Gohan and Goku.
Yes.
Abomination.
Nah,
Nah, I don't
be
think so.
because you didn't go through.
Nah, I got hope. I feel like it's gonna be fire. Black. What was your favorite moment?
Literally everything Corey said.
Damn.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm not saying that because you took it out of my mouth. I'm just saying like everything you said was straight up facts.
Yes.
That it's all what Corey said.
Okay. As far as my favorite moments in the movie, I would say the first encounter with Piccolo and Gamma 2.
Yeah.
I thought that's pretty dope. Just seeing Piccolo throw hands with Gamma 2 was pretty dope. Cause he was just like, yo, why do I see words? What the fuck? Like that fourth wall break had me like dying. Throughout the movie, it was just seeing Pan, just kind of like I said, being like basically like Nezuko in the background, chilling, doing her thing. Even with the Gamma 2s, because they had their moments where like when they were like in the briefing, and you just see both the Gammas just talking and interacting and shit in the background, just being goofy as hell. I'm just like, what the? I'm paying attention to them more than I'm paying attention to what they talking about. Cause I'm just like, what the fuck are they doing? And you just see like this Gamma 1 just chilling and Gamma 2 just trying to say something all extra animated and shit, just doing all these gestures and shit. I'm just like, bro, what is he doing and shit? I would say my third one is I'm surprised nobody said this, but the scene when they went to the Dragon Balls and how Bulma was poking her butt out, I thought that was hilarious as hell.
Yes.
And Piccolo looked uncomfortable as hell. He was like, like, what am I supposed to feel about this shit? And then the part when he fell down and he was going down the depths of darkness, and then like the symbol on his transformation emblem on his back, and then the fucking whole ass like orb just came out of nowhere, and he just come out big as shit like, oh yeah, woo woo. Gamma came up to him, he tried to sock him. Piccolo was like, bitch, knocked the fuck out of his ass. I was like, damn, like what the fuck? He just did some straight old fucking wrestling shit, and I love that too. I love that some of the combos that the characters were doing from both the protagonist and antagonist, they were doing like wrestling moves. I thought that was dope.
Yes. Didn't go ahead and do like a suplex or something?
Yeah, like he was doing suplexes, fucking power. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Where did he start doing this shit? I'm like, good, alright. I fuck with that. And I'll probably say probably the last one for me. That's probably my favorite, was probably like y'all said, like the transformation and him like unexpectedly just start doing the special beam cannon and shit. I was just like, yo, on top of everybody else that was there, fucking doing their part trying to attack Cell Max you got fucking Goten in the bag with his ass out smacking his ass and shit. Like, bro, what the
Yes.
fuck? Double cheeked up on the Thursday night. Like what? Like that? Like just those like moments for me that I found it very enjoying and shit like that. Like kind of ease some of the tension that was going on with the fight, and just kind of find some humorous parts in there and shit. So that was as far as those probably like my favorite moments in my opinion. Um, so next question is what are you guys' opinions on the updated designs for Trunks and Goten?
I love it. That's all I gotta say. I love it.
Yeah, like, is there really anything even to say about it? It's like, yeah, it's good. Yeah, no. Matter of fact, no, I'm not a fan of Goten's design. I know this is a big no-no in the Dragon Ball community, but I kind of liked Goten being a mini Goku. I kind of liked it that.
You like his hairstyle being like Goku's.
I liked it how he always had Goku's hair. And GT Gohan, GT Goten, the worst character in the world, bro. Like, the worst anime character, period.
Jay?
Big designs. I'm not with you on that one, Goku Black. I'm not with you on the Goten part because I like how Goten is. He can be independent, his own man. Like he ain't got to worry about him. People being like, "You look just like your dad." Blah blah blah. I wonder if you're gonna be as strong as your dad. You look just like him. Blah blah blah. And like, it reminded me of the Broly movie when Broly had got mad at Goten because he was a mini Kakarot and he thought, some shit happened and stuff. And it's like, I don't think that Goku. It's just it's weird. And Trunks, man, he just looked like I don't. He like a teenager that's like, I don't want to say the word. I don't want to say the word. He just looked. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Alright. I like the updated designs. I like Trunks' design. He's now looking the part of looking like Teen Trunks from Super. I think that's cool. He also kind of gets me the idea of he kind of like his appearance kind of gives me a little reference to GT. I feel like they kind of got inspiration from that too. Kind of gives me that reference to that a little bit, which is not bad or whatever. Only thing is different is that his hair is blue and everything. But as far as like him overall, he's starting to actually look like his future counterpart, which is fine. As far as Goten, I do like the update design of him. Kind of, and this is just me, and this is no offense to Black, but I'm a reference to something that I watched a while back. So, there was this episode when I don't know if y'all know about Mazuko X that he's done like his own comic or whatever with Raditz or whatever, Dragon Ball R&R. And there was an episode where Goten was kind of having some identity crisis issues because he felt like his appearance, he was often mentioned to his dad because of his hair, his appearance and everything. And he was tired of that because people wouldn't take him seriously. So he ends up leaving from his home, and Chi Chi and Launch and all of them was trying to find him. And later that day, his cousin Ranch, who is the daughter of Raditz and Launch or whatever, she ends up finding him, like somewhere in the forest, and he basically expressed his concerns like he wants to be his own person. He wants to be his own individual. He's tired of living in his father's shadow, in a sense, right? And later in that episode, he ends up getting a haircut, and it changes his appearance completely. And to the point where when they finally saw him with his haircut, a lot of people were praising him because he doesn't although he looks like his father, but he has his own identity. You know what I'm saying? And I like that they are. I hope, and so far from what it looks like, they're trying to do that, and I hope that's what they continue to do, because yeah, it's cool. Maybe when he was younger, it was okay, but if he's getting older, him having that kind of style or him looking too much like Goku, to me is going to be a hindrance to him as a character, because what do we actually get what we asked for in the future about the younger generation becoming the main protagonist in the series, and everybody's gonna call him the Goku clone? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, granted, that's his son, but like, who wants to be living under their father's shadow? You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
And just being like, oh, that's just the Goku's clone kid, this and that, because they didn't do that to Gohan. Gohan made his even though he didn't have Goku's hair, but he has his own character. He has his own identity. He stands out from the other Saiyans in his own way, and that should be the same thing for Goten. Yeah, he looks like his dad. Yeah, okay, with the hairstyle, but him, just those little things can change a person's perspective on him greatly, and I want that change for him. Yeah, Black, I know you want him to still look like Goku, but it's like, after a while, that schmick is going to get old very quick, and it's going to hinder him as a character overall. And these characters have to grow eventually. So who wants him to still look like Goku from like years ago? It's what is the point? If that's the case, we might as well have Goku as the main character still, you know what I'm saying, in the series. You feel me? So yes, I do like his updated design. And I also like the fact that, like, he, despite that how Chi-Chi is towards him wanting to study, he still wants to train. And that just should, that with him having that mindset, that should be they should push that, because there's so much he can do if he really gets the opportunity to train with his parent, with his dad, you know what I'm saying, with everybody else that can teach him, and really like flourish out a story for him in his own arc, and with Trunks and everybody else in that generation that's growing up to potentially be the next protectors of Earth. You know what I'm saying? So they got something going on, and I hope they really stick with it and don't just fuck it up down the lines. That's my opinion about it. So so we're gonna skip the next question. We're gonna go back to it. It's about the ending. So how do you feel about Goku and the other Saiyans on Beer's planet not being the main focus in this movie?
Let Jay go first.
Me?
Yeah.
It actually felt good to know that, like, I mean, it felt good to know that they wasn't there, and they wasn't gonna like take the spotlight, be main characters. But it also like kind of had me like, oh, is they gonna pop up? Is they gonna show up like sometime? Like, in case all goes wrong and Gohan and them just like end up giving out or almost losing, like how they do some other times, and Goku and Vegeta gotta pop up and they not able to get there in time to save him or like show up. But other than that, it was alright. I actually was like, I'm glad they not there.
Okay. But
So I like that. I like how, yeah, I do like how they wasn't there, and finally that we can get some Piccolo development, and really, if I'm being honest, Gohan development is what I'm really itching for, and I'm real excited to see that there was actually something different happening in this movie with Piccolo, because usually Piccolo's that one character, like, he's not you can't say he's one of them characters that always takes L's, because he's not. He's one of them characters that just, well, not anymore, but he was one of them characters who just sat there, and if he did do something, he'd do something small, get a tiny power up, and then still lose. Then he'd be like, oh, I have to buy time for Vegeta and Goku to get here. And I'm happy he wasn't like that in the movie. Well, his character still was like that, because obviously that's, like, in the real world, you're gonna always go for the best option. So he did try to contact Goku, but I'm happy it didn't go through. so he did be forced to get some power up. And I also like how when they went to the Dragon Balls, Piccolo didn't have the mindset to just wish the Red Ribbon Army away. Like, he actually said, I'm not gonna take no shortcuts. My pride won't let me do that. And he wished for his potential to get unlocked. And I remember back in the days when they unlocked the potential, I really didn't think it made so much of a difference. But now when that movie came out and I'm looking back on it, hell yeah, Gohan was way stronger, and Krillin too. They was way stronger when they got their potential unleashed. Well, not like Gohan's transformation, but when Guru did that thing with their head, they did have, they were much stronger and they were able to actually fight Frieza. But that's not the topic. And on Gohan being protagonist of this movie, uh, I I liked it, and I didn't like how Gohan was somebody who could barely even sense energy now, like somebody who didn't even know Piccolo from a random person. Like, and that's saying a lot considering a 4-year-old could do it. Like, think of how much neglect Gohan has been doing for a 4-year-old to be able to do something so simple, but for a grown man with tons of training and planet busting moves to still not be able to do it. He's this movie has, I hope when the series come back, this movie's not gonna get written off as non-canon, because then all the fucking developments just thrown out the window. It's all for nothing.
It's already canon because it takes place after the Broly movie. It's canon.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure about that, because the BoJack movie and stuff, that wasn't canon, but it did still work with the timeline. So I really didn't know.
Which I didn't like that. A lot of those movies could have sat with the timeline and shit and made it work.
For real, especially the BoJack movie. That one was like, that's a prime example of them just not giving it enough love. They really could have made that movie canon. It didn't go against anything, and it surely didn't unwrite anything they already read. But that's my turnover, and I'll pass it over to somebody.
Corey, did you go?
I didn't go yet.
Go ahead.
I love the fact that we got. I love the fact that they're training and they're not the main focus. Because now we see them training Broly, which maybe Broly is gonna get Super Saiyan God soon, which means he's gonna even be more of a threat. They're teaching Broly how to, control his anger, so he's not really much of a loose cannon and a liability on the battlefield. And I love the fact that we get this slice of life with Beerus and Whis, and we know Beerus is straight because he likes some alien. Yeah,
this pussy want. He said this pussy want that pussy.
I like this one.
Yeah, had direction.
Yeah. And then when she was like, oh, like she did that little like Boma like scare type of scene, I was like, yeah, Beerus is straight. Okay.
He's like, yeah, you can stay here as labor however long you want.
I like this one. You can stay as.
Bro, it was so crazy. Like, she had that man doing shit that you never expected. He like, I'm gonna help you with the dishes. I'm gonna help you with this and that. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Up to do chores?
That's crazy.
What?
That's crazy.
Crazy what kitty cat do to you.
Me personally, I wouldn't let that slide though.
Because he is a kitty cat.
Yeah, he was on her ass. He was finna pounce on that. Boy, he was finna pounce on that shit. Like clown shit. Come here, baby.
Yeah, but that's what I loved it.
I agree. It's good to see not having the other main Saiyans as the I guess the scope of the movie, kind of letting the other characters get shine in a sense, rather if it was a big part or a small part, because I think a lot of the fandom tend to forget that like a lot of major fights in the series was always a team effort. There's a lot of fights that people think that Goku won and he didn't win. Like, if it wasn't the help from other Z fighters that was there at that situation, a lot of shit wouldn't have went the way it went. Like, it just goes to show you, like, Goku can't solo everything. Vegeta can't solo everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes a team effort to defeat an enemy.
Yes.
And shining a light on other characters and seeing how they are in their own right is good because you get to see a little bit more in depth of like how their mind works, how they perceive things, and kind of like how do they react to things as far as like if threats are where to come. Because like one of y'all said earlier about them calling Whis to try to let them know about the threat. I'm glad it didn't go through because it's like the first thing they do is they rely on Goku and Vegeta for everything. It's like I don't know why the writers do that so much because it makes them look like damsel in distress when they're just as much as strongest fighters as them.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the food chain, yes, the Saiyans are strong, but besides them, the other strongest fighter is Piccolo because no one's no stronger than him. And then as far as Earthling goes, I hate to say it, and I'm one of those people, but I don't consider Krillin as the strongest fighter. I consider Tien as the strongest fighter because Tien still trains, but they never really gave him any like progression as far as growth as in strength because it's like, okay, you only giving Krillin a pass because he trained with Goku when they were kids. Okay, that's cool and all, but like, come on now, legit this man stopped fighting for years, went to be a police officer, and yeah, he might still get some like cardio, some strength training here and there because he's chasing bad guys, this and that. But if you're talking about legit training, mental meditating, all that shit, besides Piccolo, the only nigga I know that does that is Tien. So if you want to talk about as far as like strength wise, mentally, physically, earthling wise, you got to give it to Tien. And I was wondering why Tien and Chatsu wasn't even in there. I'm like, where are they at in the story? Because they got damn everybody else. So where was Tien and Chatsu in them at? You know, or at least Tien, like, it was at least good to hopefully to see them for like a little bit or whatever, just to help out. But I don't know.
Can I ask a question real quick? This is unrelated to the really to the question, but what is Chaozu? Like I didn't watch the OG Dragon Ball through.
He's a
What
human.
is Chaozu?
He's just a vision.
He's a human. How did he blow up then?
Everyone can do that.
I think he was made.
He's a what? He's a made human.
I think he was made.
Alright, so I still don't know what Chaozu is.
If I remember correct, I think he was made, like not like produced by regular means. I think. Cause I think I remember the Crane Master talking about how Chaozu was made or something, and he had brought Chaozu.
Yeah, because in that time, in that back in the day, Chaozu was like one of like strongest fighters in the Crane or whatever, especially because he has psychic abilities and stuff. So it's like he was a threat back in the day. Like that's when like I be trying to tell people like, yeah, people who just watch Z and they see like characters like Yamcha and all that stuff, like, oh, he's trash. But like back in they prime days, man, they was the shit. Like they was the shit. Roshi, Krillin, fucking Yamcha, all of them, like Tien, like you talking about Tien whooped Goku ass twice, like whooped his ass. Master Roshi used to beat the shit out of goddamn motherfucking Goku ass. Piccolo, even King Piccolo on top of that, whooped his ass when he was old and young. Like, and even to a degree, Yajirobe was damn near stronger than Goku for a good minute. Like, and they prime, they was the shit. Like for real. So like them how they are now, it's not because they are weak, it's because of bad writing, because they focus more on the Saiyans and they know that Saiyan characters sell. It's marketing purposes. It's not even really them as them not wanting to train or whatever. It's just bad writing and not showing love to other characters. So them doing this movie and actually giving love to at least some of the characters is like about time. Now do that for the others. Like give them some love. Let them have an opportunity to shine. And crazy as it kept, a lot of the humans, as far as technique wise, they have a lot of unique techniques from Tien, Krillin, fucking Yamcha, like they have their own
Yeah,
like creativity as far as
like
techniques that gives them an edge on the
nobody
battlefield.
even nobody talks about it, but all of Goku's techniques are from Earthlings. Like every technique Goku uses, besides instant transmission, Earthlings made it.
Exactly. He literally knows most of the Earthlings techniques. Like he can do the destructive this, he can do all of that shit. Like legit. But he just chooses not to because he's trying to do his own thing. Like it's fine, it's whatever, but it's like really. And then like what gives them edge is because they have power up. Like they solely rely on their power ups. That's literally what gives them edge. And they're I guess past experience of them being fighters because Saiyans are born fighters and shit. Like the other ones had to train, you know what I'm saying, like to get good, you know what I'm saying. But naturally, Saiyans are born fucking fighters, you know what I'm saying, from even the lowest class, whatever. Like look how Raditz was beating the shit out of goddamn Piccolo and Goku at the time, and he was a low class, and he was strong as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the same power levels as Cyberman, and they couldn't even beat him. And it's crazy, right? On a side note, speaking of Tien, since I mentioned him, Tien at the time was strong enough to beat Raditz because his power level was almost at 1400. Like him. So Jay added a question and he was like, what type of progressed character development did you want to expect from Gohan and Piccolo?
What do you think, people?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
So I started with Gohan. I want them to get in the habit of making Gohan kind of get back in his bag in a sense. I hate that it has to rely on a threat for him to get back in his bag. They need to find a way to learn how to teach him to balance his work and his training, and give him the realization is that even though Piccolo told him, but give him like actually and like beating down to him and let him know like, look, you can't rely on your pops, you can't rely on Vegeta as your savior for everything. You gotta learn to fight for yourself. You gotta learn to make sure you're prepared.
You gotta protect his family.
Exactly. Don't wait till something happens. Then the fact you want to become Billy Badass now, cause Billy Badass whoop your ass. Now you good at math. That type of shit. Like no, you should already be prepared for this shit. And he's smart enough to know that. But it's like they kind of make him so like kind of a goof turd at times, which I don't like. Like like they make him like his dad in a sense, and he was never like that. Like he had his goofy moments, but like it's like they're trying to input some of Goku's traits. I know that his father, whatever, but like Gohan was very mature for his age when he was younger because of the situation he was in. You know, he went from being a scared little kid at like 3 or 4 to grown up really, really fast. And he was like, what? I think he was like 11 or 12 when he killed Cell. And look how mature he was at that time and shit. Now, I understand the whole slice of life thing with him went through high school. It was kind of him to kind of live freely, and I understand. And I actually, a lot of people don't like that, but I did. I thought that was cool because you forced a kid into something he didn't want to do. So he wanted to go to school, this and that, and the third, and that's fine. But don't lose the sidetrack the fact that Gohan is still a fighter. Yes, he doesn't like to fight, but he's a very smart person. He should be smart enough to like, look, all right, I gotta make sure I'm prepared for the next threat that does come to Earth and shit. Cause it just makes him seem like Gohan is like he's super nice to the point where he can't say no. Like I don't think I've never seen him really legit say no to anything. He's always been like a yes man, like yes, I think I tried to do this and that. It's like no, like they make him seem weak. And the only time he gets strong is when like stuff already happens, and now he's forced his hand to the fact that now he has to stand up and take care of his business as a man. And it's like it shouldn't have been like that. He should already he's been in enough fights and experienced enough to know like you can't just let peacetime get to you to the point where you get too lax. You gotta always be prepared for the next threat, and they need to fix that with his character. Because how is it that we just coming from the tournament of power, and granted we don't know the time span of how long from the tournament of power to how the recent movie is, but come on man, how he just lose all that power up from just that short amount of time, to the point where Piccolo puts his cloak on him, his regular training gi, and he's saying it's too fucking heavy. Huh? Like that pissed me off. I'm like, what? How's it too heavy? He just got done training with him for the tournament of power, and now he's back weak again. Now, granted, in that movie, he seems a little bit more stronger than he was in Revival F, when he couldn't do shit, when Super Saiyan legit almost took all his stamina out and shit. But still, though, it's like, come on, man, seriously, why y'all doing my man's like this? So I expect that they kind of balance like his life or whatever he's trying to do, and like just kind of just make it where it's an equilibrium with it, so that like he's prepared and he don't gotta rely on having shit happen for him to get a power up. You know what I'm saying? Like he should already be at a top tier level, or at least up to there with Goku and Vegeta. Now, as far as Piccolo, I expect for him to. I feel like they need to dive deep more into his history, as far as like his race, and really like understand his like heritage, because I feel like they don't dive in that into enough. And it would be really good for him to like just go like take a journey to like visit other places that may have Namekians there or whatever, and just really learn his history, because there's a potential where he can probably achieve his own power on his like from his history, and really catch up to where Goku and Vegeta is. Because as far as alien goes, like other than Saiyans, he's the strongest up there. And I know that he's not really big on like getting powers, because like his strength comes from meditating, but like it's very rare you see a lot of Namekian fighter types, and really knowing like how, because I would like to know, hey, how do you tell that how do you tell a Namekian is a potential fighter? You know what I'm saying? And if you do, what do you go about doing that to make them strong? You know what I'm saying? Because Ned was strong back in this time, like for real, like one of the strongest Namekians on his planet. Like, how do you know a Namekian is a potential fighter? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of training do they go through? Like, what rituals, things like that. Like, let this man go on his journey and learn his history. You know what I'm saying? And that'll be really cool to see, because he'll learn more about himself and not having to do what he did in the movie, asking the Dragon Balls to give him a potential unleash, boost. That way, if he needs to boost himself up, he has now the tools and knowledge to go about it the right way without having to use a plot, like a plot device or whatever the case may be, to get him a boost, where he can do the shit the natural way, on his own way, and achieve his own power. That's what I would like to expect. Him actually going out there and learning about his history, meeting his people, and potentially also it would be cool if he stayed there for a while and actually started training and become a mentor to other Namekians, and training Namekians so they can be strong enough to protect their planets if he's not able to do that, or Goku and them are able to protect them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'll be really cool to see, or they can kind of endeavor with and shit. So that's just my thoughts about it and shit.
Okay, cool. Who's next?
Black.
I think I already went. Wait, what was the question again?
So, what type of progression, character development did you want from Gohan and Piccolo?
Oh wait, no, I didn't go. Alright, so from Gohan and Piccolo. Well, really, the development I wanted from Piccolo is already there. As stated when I said I liked his comedy, how he was really acting towards Gohan and his family, all that stuff. That's what I really wanted from Piccolo, which is a more human, like, I'm not trying to strip him from his heritage and stuff, but a more emotional side and a more feel-good side of Piccolo. That's what I really wanted from Piccolo, and I already got that, so I'm happy. But from Gohan, it's his personality is great. It's just how he doesn't take the threats of his world seriously. Like, uh, he'll stop like something like Frieza. For me and for most normal people, if something like Frieza happened and like Gohan knows Frieza's out there, he still doesn't do anything about it. Like Frieza can come to his planet anytime, and Beerus and Whis are training Goku, and he knows that. And while Frieza knows that they're on Beerus's planet, sorry if I'm not talking right, but if Frieza knows they're off training on a different planet, he's gonna come and take over Earth. And there's gonna be no one who can really stop him, because you see how powerful Golden Frieza is, and not right now, but Black Frieza will eventually come into the anime. And if when they attack, Gohan's not gonna be ready. And if you read the manga in the Moro arc, that happened. Moro and his goons attacked the Earth while Goku and Vegeta weren't there, and they barely made that. Like, I don't remember reading the whole manga because I didn't get the extra volume, but I don't think that they really did make that without Goku and Vegeta. And it was really because Gohan was so weak that he even relied on Super Saiyan for a bit. People were stealing the abilities, but if Gohan would have just kept up his training, like, do you know how much training a Saiyan could get done and how much stronger they'd be in 5 years? Gohan probably, if he kept his training up from Z to Super, the end of Z to the start of Super, bro would have probably been on par with Vegeta and Goku, probably even stronger. As stated by Piccolo, he had the potential to be much, much better than Goku, but he didn't follow through with his training. And it was mostly because of his dreams. And I'm not saying don't go follow your dreams. By all means, go do what you want to do. And common misconception, Chi-Chi did not force Gohan to become a scholar. Gohan said that was his dream, and Chi-Chi made him follow his dreams all the way through. He had said he wanted to be a scholar. Chi-Chi didn't make him do anything. Like, I always see people being like, yo, I hate Chi-Chi because she's forcing people to do things they don't want to do. Does she not understand the fate of the world? But it wasn't really like that. I liked it, but at the same time, I didn't like it because it did strip Gohan from his warrior side. And at the end of the day, it's a battle anime. And no matter how much you like to see them heartwarming moments with family and friends, people following their dreams, if there's no battle, there's no anime. So, for the Gohan stands, him being alive, well, but being a complete ass, just like not even functioning as a character, like his Piccolo's armor was too heavy. Piccolo's armor. You know that shit that Piccolo uses to go to the bathroom? That shit that Pan can lift with her pinky? Yeah, that was too heavy for him to do at first. Granted, he did wear it, and when he started studying, but at first it was too heavy for him to even have on. That was a big ass disappointment. That just shows you how weak his body has gotten physically.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just want to see Gohan actually grow in strength. As a character, he's met his potential, but as strength wise, I just want to see him get stronger.
Okay, cool. What do you think, Jay?
Jay.
Oh, he's flirting with his girl.
Oh, my bad. I forgot I was muted. But I feel like B-Man said, you know, he could balance workout with his training because, and I feel like they making him weak on purpose, like every now and then, because he just finished this or whatever, and all he doing is getting weaker. And it's like, I don't get it, because like, I feel like he weaker than he was when he fought Cell, when he got to Majin Buu. And when he got to Frieza, it was like he was even weaker. and it's
weaker.
like, why they keep making him weak like that? And I feel like maybe, like you said, the trainer he could potentially keep up with Goku and Vegeta without having to worry about going rage just to get power or calling on them just to get like help and stuff. And that's really it for Gohan. Piccolo, man, Piccolo, he got some like the progression I wanted from him. It actually happened. I wanted Piccolo to get like a new form, and when I heard he got one in this movie, I was like, wow. And it just had me psyched. I was waiting to watch the movie. So it's like he got the new form. I feel like they should also make Piccolo stronger because they just Piccolo, him and Tien, they train the hardest out of everybody after Goku and Vegeta maybe. And they still get not as much love from the creators as they should be. Because they say they taking all this screen time off to train and they're still like weak. And it's just like wow. So I feel like Piccolo should get a strength boost. Like he could be even strong. He should be able to potentially rival like at least God form. At least God or Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I'm
Yeah,
not saying like full
yeah,
power
that's another thing. Like,
Kaioken and extra shit, but like at least rival that
why
shit.
don't? Yeah, I wish all the Saiyans just had God form. There's no reason all the Saiyans just can't have God form.
If they did that, then it would kind of be played out.
It would be, but still, like there are Saiyans that don't even meet the strength, like the strength wise. It would be overplayed out. But look at Super Saiyan. Every Saiyan has Super Saiyan. It's played out to an extent, but it's necessary. None of them have a god, and none of them follow the strength requirements meant to fight a new threat. Every new threat is stronger than a god. Like that's the formula Dragon Ball has to follow, or it wouldn't even be a good anime. Every threat is stronger than the last. We're at the universal scale. Now every new threat can potentially destroy the entire universe. For them to not even for their first line of defense not to even have God key, that's kind of pathetic when you really think about
Yeah. I feel like on the low too. I feel like this is a side note, but I feel like Goku should teach all the Earthens how to do Kaioken.
I was
it. Oh
thinking
yeah,
I
that
would
facts.
shit.
already think that since Yamcha, Tien, and Krillin trained with King Kai, they should
That
already
was
know how to do it.
Piccolo, not Krillin. That was Piccolo.
Hey,
Oh,
even Piccolo too.
my
He can
bad.
learn that too.
All right.
But
You're
yeah,
right though. All of them should know, and they could have taught Krillin,
but
or Goku could have taught Krillin.
yeah. But for me, I feel like the potential is met like with Piccolo, but for Gohan, it's the work and training. He needs to get down. He needs to get a perfect balance. Um, I don't really feel like Gohan has another potential he could reach right now because we don't know. I mean, he just got that form, and the only thing that I can see him doing is to perfect that form and to make it stronger than what it is. Um, there's nothing really much more Gohan could really do.
Facts.
I can see that. I feel like yeah, he should probably like perfect that shit. Cause we don't even know how far he can go beyond that too. Cause he can only reach so much ceiling with his potential though.
Yeah,
Now he wants to find out the variation, like because I say after this, the only way he can get stronger is if he learns how to control God Ki.
yeah,
And once he does that, it's so many possibilities he could do as far as like combining that with his potential unleashed. Because technically, I consider potential unleashed as kind of a god form in a sense because Elder Kai is considered a god too as well from since he's the overseer of the universe and shit like that. So I think like him learning how to control Gaki and using potential unleash as like kind of like a Kaioken in a sense, I think it'll give him a lot of edge.
Yes.
And I was just thinking about that because I'm like, well, technically Elder Kai and Supreme Kai, they're seen as gods in a sense, and I'm like, so wait, that means Gohan actually learned a god transformation in a sense. I wouldn't say a god transformation, but kind of like a demigod transformation in a sense, because you're granted powers from a higher deity than you.
Yeah, that would make Gohan a demigod.
Yeah.
I was thinking, there's something, that's the like basis of what I was thinking for Goku and Ultra Instinct too, like, cause Ultra Instinct is basically Kaioken. It's just another technique that the gods use. Well, not gods, a god uses. So, like how he can stack Super Saiyan God, then go Super Saiyan while he's in Super Saiyan God, cause that's what Super Saiyan Blue is. It's when he's in Super Saiyan God going Super Saiyan. So since Ultra Instinct is basically the same thing, why can't he either go Super Saiyan while he's in Ultra Instinct, or go Kaioken while he's in Ultra Instinct? There shouldn't be anything stopping them from stacking on top of Ultra Instinct. Like that's what I low-key think they're finna do with Black Frieza, the Black Frieza arc. Next, Goku's just gonna get a new transformation. And by the way, side note, he's getting way too many Ultra Instinct variations. Like this Ultra Instinct Sign, Ultra Instinct Mastered, Ultra Instinct Perfected. Now there's an Ultra Instinct True Form. Like, goddamn, is it done?
I mean, if you really think about it, Ultra Instinct's not really a transformation; it's a technique.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I got those.
Kind of like what Kaioken, like I consider Kaioken like a transformation slash technique because he can use attacks with it, and then he can use it so where it alters his body to give him an advantage and shit in battle. And you don't really see a lot of like moves like that, and actually in the anime too much, or in the manga that like does like both benefits in a sense too much. Which that's why I consider it like one of my like favorite ones in the anime and the manga, because it's like it gives you a very high advantage with a cost.
Yeah.
And a lot of these transformations that they just give you the buff, but there's no drawback. And they only did that once, was when Goku combined his Kaioken with Blue, and he had lost his powers after he did the Universe 6 tournament. Or Universe 7 tournament, or whatever. And I was like, about time they actually like, I liked it that when he was going through like the motions of him not having to use his abilities like that, because it was like, we don't really get those moments no more where he gets fucked up from using something very dangerous. Now it's like when he gains something, it's like it's just there. There's no drawback. There's no negative to it. Because I'm like, you want this high amount of power, but where's the cost at? And there's not enough for that going on, and I really don't like that. Like it seems like at that point, I hate to be like that guy, but it's like Vegeta said, it's like a Super Saiyan bargain sale. Like you're just giving this shit out for free, and there's no cost to it.
Yeah.
Like, and seeing that happens with the other character that gets that opportunity, you see it's good to see the struggles that they have to go with. Like, okay, I need to realize that this is very dangerous to do, but if I got to, I gotta do it. Like you get to see that's more character development on that character that goes through it when they have to put so much on the line to win the fight, and we don't see enough of that no more. Like it happens in spurts here and there. I think the last one I seen something of that situation was with Vegeta, when he actually learned how to control his final explosion without him actually killing himself, because he perfected it. Because he first did it, he ended up sacrificing his life, and thought that he was, he defeated Boo when he didn't, and he felt like he was pissed off because he was like, "Fuck, I literally just sacrificed myself just for Boo to still be alive." He was pissed, and I would have been pissed too, because I'm like, "Fuck, I just did something greater than myself." So give the Z Fighters an opportunity to have an advantage or to neutralize the threat. and it backfired him. And you can see his frustration with it afterwards, the aftermath. And we don't see that too much like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish they need to bring that back to the series because like they used to, like I said, they just used to giving them out to the characters and they just like running with it. It's like, oh yeah, I got this and this, I'm good. But like, where's the struggle? Where's the struggles with the character physically and mentally about them using something so dangerous and knowing what's the cost for it though, and we don't see that. And I just wish they bring it back.
Okay.
That's all I want to do. Add real quick.
Okay. Cool. What's the next question? Is it?
So the next question
Real
is
quick.
Yeah.
No, can I ask you something real quick?
What's up?
How many more questions are there?
There should be a couple more left.
Like 5.
Okay, so
I think the.
here it is. There's 2 left. So what did you think of the ending credits of the movie?
Oh, the ending credits.
Yeah.
The ending credits or the ending scene?
Like the ending, like the ending, like when they showed the fight between Goku and Vegeta.
The post credit scene. That was funny because now Vegeta has a dub, and nobody can say he doesn't. Vegeta takes L's. Nope, Vegeta just won. He beat Goku. Finally, he beat Goku.
Jay.
It be Goku, but I'm just wondering now, what will he strive for now? Now that he know he better than Goku, like, will he like continue to grow because he don't want him to pass him up? Will he like, try and go with years? Like, I just want to know what his next goal is. Maybe like be a family man ish.
Okay.
I'll go last. Just pass me.
Okay. I like the fight in it. I like the ending. It's good that Vegeta finally got a chance to get something now, since they always shamed him so much. Like Jay said, like what's his goal as far as with next? I am curious about that because there's always that possibility that Goku can always surpass him again in a heartbeat. So with him having this, I guess, win on his end, what did he plan to do next so that he can hold that spot for however long he can before Goku tries to surpass him again? And then 2, I was thinking like, did go I because it's possible, but I don't want to be that person. But I have to beg the question because I'm playing devil's advocate here. But
don't do it, man. Don't do it. You know what Vegeta's gonna say, bro. Don't do it. Or you know what you're thinking.
What if
That's
Goku
against the
actually?
rules, bro.
What if Goku let Vegeta win?
No, bro. I knew you was gonna say that, bro. Now listen. What if it was a genuine win though? Like, bro.
No, I'm taking it away from Vegeta, but it's possible. You know how Goku is about like wanna like help feed Vegeta's ego and shit, because he's big on pride and shit. So it's possible.
Yeah. I like the post credit scene. It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
We just talk about how cool the credits in general were, though. Like the credits when Videl found out her house was literally
blown that was
up.
funny.
Like, a big ass crater in the house. I like that part.
She knew what she got herself into when she married Gohan.
She actually did.
She alright. She got that big guy money.
They're rich.
She's rich though.
And then last but not least, the last question is, what do you think will happen next as far as after this movie? What are your predictions? Where do you think they're gonna go next with this?
They're probably I think they're gonna go to the more arc or probably post more arc. but it'll probably return to like
It's
the.
definitely not gonna be.
Mm,
There's definitely not gonna be another movie after this. Well, there's gonna be one, but not before the anime's out.
yeah, let me finish real quick. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like post moral arc, and probably just gonna get like a slice of life back to the anime because the anime is supposed to return. I don't know when, but it's supposed to return. I think.
Coming like sometime next year.
Yeah, so that's where I think it was gonna go. I'm done.
Jay,
What I think will happen after this movie.
yeah, what you think is going? What you think they going? What direction you think they're gonna take after this movie?
There's two directions I'm seeing. Like I'm seeing what Corey just said, where they bring the moral and all that back. And I'm seeing like another role where they just like go over like how they deal with Broly and like how they train and stuff. Because Goku, he used instant transmission to get to the place. But is he like going there like often, training with him, or is like Broly training with Beerus and them, or is like what's going on with Broly? I just want like they could possibly do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% sure, but I would personally want to see what they doing with him.
Okay. Black.
So I don't know where the movie. I know there's definitely not gonna be another movie like before the anime comes. That's for damn sure. But yeah, they're just gonna go with the moral arc. And if they might do an actual, you know how when before Super came, it was Yo, Son Goku and his friends return. They might do something like that, like since it's been on hiatus for so long.
Okay. I think what they're gonna do, as far as my prediction is, like Black said, I don't think we're gonna get a movie no time soon. Cause I think Torian was I think it was Shueisha or Toei and made talking about like they're gonna get in the habit of like dropping a movie every couple years or some shit like that. So and then with the anime allegedly coming next year or whatever, I think what they're gonna do is like they're gonna probably do what they did with Super, kind of like do the arcs of the previous movies into like anime, and like kind of answer the questions of like what some of the stuff that happened, because there were some things and even in previous movies I had questions about, starting even from Battle of Gods, whatever. I just hope when they do that, like I really hope that the writing is good, because they do have a lot of material now this time now, because they have a lot of arcs that didn't covered and shit like that, so there's really no excuse. Because I know some people didn't really understand the fact that like when they were doing Super from 2015 to 2018, they were doing episodes on the same time frame when the manga was coming out that same month. So that's when there were times when there was a lot of filler and shit, because they were waiting for the manga to go out to go off that. There's so much stuff that we missed from the Super manga itself that should have been in anime. That's why some of the arcs was like pretty short. Like little people know, like the fucking Tournament of Power arc was longer than what it's supposed to be. It was supposed to be way longer, because there were fights with other characters that did win against Jiren that was never fucking animated. And I really wanted to see the fight with Master Roshi and Jiren, because that was dope as hell. Because my man Master Roshi was really going toe to toe with Jiren for a good minute before he got his ass smacked. I'm talking about like dodging like Ultra Instinct to the point where Beerus was getting out of his seat like, yo, what the fuck? What is he doing? Type shit. That would have been cool to see. So
Yeah,
I hope that they learn from their mistakes from the previous series, and like going forward, making sure that the rating is consistent with the manga, because it is an adaptation. And of course, you can add some stuff here in between, but literally still it needs to be cohesive to the manga. On top of making sure that the animation is good. That's very important, because when you're gonna do important arcs as far as fights as well, it needs to be done correctly, because these are gonna be big moments from those arcs that's gonna deteriorate. It's gonna determine, okay, this is gonna be here for the long run, and I want it done right and done with precision and care and everything like that, because yeah, they did pick up the animation towards the end of Super when the Tournament of Power against Jerry and all that shit, and I thought that was cool because you can see the animation from then, the beginning, all the way to the end. It did pick up and got a lot better and got a lot more fluid and shit like that. That's what I want, and I would love if they did the animation for from the Broly movie. If they can go for that style, I would be so fucking. I'll be fine with that, or the style from the new movie because I didn't think the animation from the movie was that bad. Um, I think they're trying different techniques as far as like different styles from other people that do their own thing, and I think that's cool and taking risks because if you notice from the previous movies, they already low key been attempting to try to do 3D and 2D models on certain scenes, and for the first movie compared to how it is now, it's a hell of a lot better. Because even in, I know everybody say Broly was a 10 out of 10, Broly was the best one, but there are some scenes when they were doing the 3D shit, and it was looking really weird as fuck to me, and it was like throwing me off. But compared to that, and then Revival F, like you can see the progression of them learning to do that got better and better. And I think with this animation now, I think it works. It's just they certain characters need to be make sure that they actually fit the scene that they're using it for. Like what Callie was saying with Whis. Whis looked it weird. And I don't want to be like seeing that shit because he did look like a mannequin in some of them scenes. I'm like, bro, he looks weird as fuck. But everybody else was fine.
Yeah.
Like it fitted them.
Yeah.
But he was just like throwing me off. So that's pretty much my prediction as far as what they're gonna do. So yeah, those are all the questions. Before we close it out, anybody want to give their last thoughts overall? Any last thoughts?
I would see this
I
movie
want to
again.
add a sub.
Go ahead.
I want to add a sub question, like a small question.
Okay, go ahead.
How strong do you guys think Gohan and Piccolo are? Like, what's your scaling from them now?
Still on there, Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah,
They scale up to Goku and Vegeta?
Yeah, that's what. Well,
just about yeah.
that's
I
what
mean,
the movie said.
the food chain is just about the same. Like, as far as fans, like I think he's like number 3. Remember the third strongest Saiyan? I say Goku, Vegeta, and then Gohan.
Yeah.
And I say then the last 2 will be Goten and Trunks because they run around the same power level and shit.
He's
And
still
then as
on
far
the
as like,
one.
huh?
Broly?
We don't really know his. We don't really know like the. We don't know the actual like the amount of power he has.
Potential.
Like we don't. He has potential to be strong, but as far as like who already has established power level based on previous experiences, I'm just going off that because he just recently became canon. We just know that he gets better as he fights.
Yeah.
And Master Roshi said it the best. It's not always about power levels. It's about technique. Because Master Roshi wasn't the strongest dude on the team, but he was whooping niggas' asses that was way stronger than him. And he has fighting experience. And that's the problem with that's one of the big things I don't like about a lot of the fandom in Dragon Ball. They go all power, like, oh, I got all this power and I'm the strongest. Okay, but if you don't know how to use it, for example, the fucking super buff form, yeah, you have all that attack power, but if you don't know how to use it, you're pretty much just as useless. Because at that point, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah. I.e. Broly. Broly doesn't have technique.
He just has raw power. And his only trading power.
Let's not cap.
What? What you say?
So let's not cap. He was putting hands on Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. Like they was jumping him and they still lost.
But
well, you have to think about it.
So okay, so you want to go there, right?
You want to act like yeah, but
that was later on in the fight, though.
Let's be honest. Let's be legitimately honest. If Goku and Vegeta went full power straight up, they would have killed Broly automatically. But
but now that chance is gone forever. Like currently, they probably if Broly went current rage, like, and I'm not talking about manga, I'm talking about anime wise. If they don't have Gogeta still, I think in the anime they still couldn't beat Broly. Like
Broly
currently, I
hasn't
don't
fought Ultra
think
Instinct yet.
current Goku and Vegeta
Bro,
will be able to beat Broly. Like,
Broly hasn't fought Ultra Instinct or Ultra Ego yet.
Huh?
I think Goku can use it, bro.
Yeah, he can use it.
Right, he only went as far as to fight Blue. He hasn't fought his ascended forms beyond Blue.
Mm-hmm.
In the anime, he still can't go Ultra Instinct though.
Nah,
He can.
Yes,
He can.
Yes, he can. Cause he can be strong as fuck as much as he wants to. Look how. So okay, so let's put that reference to the Jiren and Goku fight, right? Jiren is strong as fuck as far as with power, right? But Goku was dodging him and giving him fatal blows. It does not matter. And we can even take it another step further. We can talk about hit. Hit is a glass cannon. But if he hit them vitals, no matter how strong the fuck you are, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what he did.
You can be the biggest dude ever. If you hit that pressure point or hit those vitals, you're fucking done. Because at the end of the day, yeah, he's insane. He still has the body of a human.
Didn't Beerus do the same thing to the Sea Fighters too? He hit their vitals and knocked them out.
Exactly. He made tricks. Or he made Piccolo go to sleep from a fucking set of chopsticks. Just knocking them out, beating their ass with chopsticks, and then spanking the shit out of Gotank's ass.
He spanked him.
He needed that too.
So it doesn't like I going back to my point. It does not matter how powerful a person can be. You still got a body, and you got functioning body parts. I hit those spots, hit those weak spots. You fucked. It does not matter.
That is fact. That is facts, though.
Like I agree with you, but you gotta. I'm looking at the realistic spectrum because look how he did. Look how the rematch between Hit and Goku when he set the hit on himself. He made that. He knocked that nigga out. He killed that man. If that key blast didn't shock his heart to bring him back to life, Goku would have been dead.
Dead.
Or he was dead.
Gone. Eradicated. Like the Saiyans. I'm done.
And let alone
he gets the other world.
And just like how he gets stronger, he gets better as he fights. Same thing with Hit. He gets better as he fights too. He's over 1,000 years old with a lot of fucking experience. And we don't even know the spectrum of his techniques. We only see a very few because he was told not to kill nobody in the Tournament of Power.
Yeah.
He is a very highly trained assassin.
But going back, I have to go soon. But let me know when y'all finish. Cause I'm about to use the bathroom.
Oh no, yeah, I'm good. You got anything else you want to say, Goku? Right?
Goku Black. Yes, no.
Yeah. Did y'all say something?
Yeah, I was wondering if you had a response to that, or was you done?
No, yeah. My bad. I was I was grinding in Dragon Ball Legends. My bad. But yeah, you are. Them is facts though. I'm not even gonna cap. Them is facts. But you seen what like their technique? It went only so far with Broly. When they got to a point where they couldn't do shit against Broly, to where Vegeta had to put apart completely his pride and everything just to go fuse with Goku, and he still was putting his hands up. He blew, but he nearly. No, I'm not even gonna say nearly. He did. He destroyed the universe. For a brief second, they completely collapsed out of reality, and I know y'all remember that. Him and Gogeta was that strong. It's Super Saiyan 1, mind you. Broly wasn't full power and Gogeta wasn't full power, but their clashes were so strong, it destroyed reality. That was in the guidebook. Go read the guidebook. It destroyed reality. But even Beerus and Goku didn't do that.
But this is the difference between them and Hit, right? They were testing to see how strong he can get. It was a sparring match.
Gogeta wasn't though. Gogeta was trying to end it.
Right, but how it started off as a sparring match though, because they was like, "Oh, he's a Saiyan. I want to test his power out." Hit's not gonna do all that. Hit's gonna try to kill his ass.
Use the bathroom real quick.
He will.
Hit's gonna kill him because Goku likes fighting strong. Goku always done it since forever. Any opponent he fights, even Vegeta, they fight a base form to seek out their opponent, and then they progressively get stronger to overpower them. Hit's not gonna do that. Hit's gonna get right to the punch and really legit kill him. So in other words, the Saiyans play with their food. Hit's gonna eat his food. He's gonna get the donuts. That's how shit got out of hand. Hit's not gonna let that happen. He ain't got time for that shit. Time is money to that man. He's gonna kill that nigga. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Nah, you're right. But what if Broly goes all out from the beginning though? If you look at we're not gonna do it like
he's gonna have to have time to react. Remember, time hit.
No. Look, we're not gonna. Yeah, let's do this. The thing full power from the beginning. Let's not give Hit an edge. And let's not give Broly an edge. Let's go full power 100% time skip Hit versus full power legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Off the get go, he's probably not gonna get to Broly is big. Broly is fast. Stated by Vegeta, he's fast. Even in base form, he was fast. Don't let his muscles fool you. He's not slow.
Yeah,
I know.
Okay, but look,
he's
okay, but here's where you mess up at, right? What is all that power and speed worth without a brain? He is a mindless animal when he fights. Hit will outthink him.
At freeze time.
That is true.
He's a mindless animal with all that. Like I said, all that power and speed doesn't mean shit if you can't use your brain. He fights mindless. He's in rage. Hit's gonna outthink him.
Yeah, that do be true, but yeah, you are right. He might outthink him and all that, and but what can anybody think of an actual thing it can think of to overpower Broly full power?
Well,
like, think of one scenario where he gets him, and no, don't say vitals.
No,
not touching his vitals,
you're forgetting that with
is not trying to overpower him. It's just a killer.
no, that doesn't even matter because with Hit improves as he fights too.
And he has other deadly techniques that we don't even know
thing
about.
Applies to Broly, just at a faster rate. Hit improves as he fights.
But Hit has techniques. Broly just has power.
Yeah, he do have techniques. I can't give you a valid reason why Broly will win, but
it's okay if you just love Broly. Like I said, I'm looking at it from a fair perspective, though. We don't even know all the we don't even know all the techniques that he has as far as like with Hit. We've only seen very few of his shit. And Broly just has raw power.
Yeah, but still, he's still growing and all that, and he matures. Like I'm saying fighting wise, he grows at a much faster rate than Hit. Hit got knocked. Let's not forget, Hit did have a second fight in the Tournament of Power, and he still didn't do shit in the Tournament of Power. To Jiren, nobody. He didn't really do anything. If he couldn't even stop Jiren, how could he stop Broly?
Because he made a sacrifice play for his teammates. He knew what the stakes was because he knew he had already was tracking the fact that Kefla, Khalifa, and fucking Kale was gonna be their ace in the hole. That's why he went as far as to protect them. He was looking at the bigger picture. Cause he come on man, Hit is an assassin. You don't think he eavesdropping the conversation with the God of Destruction and heard what they was doing? Come on, man. He's a trained assassin.
I just think he was doing that.
But let's be realistic. Hit's not a fighter. Hit's an assassin. And if Hit could just throw like an energy.
Facts though, you did win. Y'all won that argument. Hit probably would win. He does think with her. But I gotta go though because my phone's on 1%. I'm gonna go put it on the charger. If y'all still here, I'll join back. But I gotta go put my phone on the charger and walk to the store too.
Yeah, I gotta
So
go
I'll see
too.
y'all in 15.
But let's go ahead and end the stream because I have to head to the store.
Okay.
Same. I'll be here in 15.
All right.
So guys, yeah, that was it was good to do those. We didn't do those in so long. We need to do these often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cosmic.
Those was fun. But yeah, man, hope you guys enjoyed the Future Prospects Dragon Ball Super review. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy BmanDaKilla. You know what I'm saying? We here with Corey.
X Tempest. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Black and Jay Dizzle. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we do these more in the future. This is enjoying, you know, get a chance to talk about stuff that, you know, we all like and shit like that, and just kind of give our perspective and give healthy conversation without all the toxicity and shit like going on. Like this was really good. It was a really healthy conversation, and everybody had the chance to speak and everything. So we should definitely do these more in the future. If you enjoyed that, make sure you give it a thumbs up, man. Subscribe to the Future Prospects channel, and also check out the links down below to our separate perspective channels if you want to check our separate content from this one. It does mean a lot to all of us. You know what I'm saying? We are also growing content creators as well, you know, trying to just, you know, make it decent out here in these YouTube streets. All right. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys the next stream whenever we do that.
Yes, sir. Have a nice one.